What's up, guys? It's Becca Switzer with Roof Sales Mastery and author of Diamonds in the Sky. And right now, we're going to talk about something that I like to call the hustle myth when it comes to roof sales. And a lot of you guys are firm believers that if you want to make a good living, you've got to bust your ass. You should be the first one up in the morning, 5 a.m. You should be the last one to go home. You should be on the computer till 2 a.m. working on estimates, and you should be working 7 days a week busting your ass. And that's one way to do it, I guess. But guys, if you really believe that the only way you're going to make a fat income and have a nice lifestyle or whatever it is that you want is by busting your ass and just hustling and grinding it out 24/7, 365, don't sign me up. That's not how I'm trying to do it. And the reason that a lot of you guys feel that way is what I'm going to cover here right now. And I want to talk to you just about how to achieve what you want to achieve, whether it's income or lifestyle or personal freedom or whatever, doing roof sales without having to kill yourself doing it. And so the first thing is this, like, most of you believe that you have to hustle and grind it out because you've never had any legitimate guidance or training in this industry. So in order for you to reach those high numbers that you wanted to reach, you had to kill yourself to get average results or to get those like higher level results. You had to do way more appointments, knock way more doors, work way more hours, way more days, weeks, months out of the year in order to even be able to touch those levels. But that's due to not doing the right things. And a lot of you, it's no fault of your own. You just never got trained. And I'm going to lower my shade here because all of a sudden this half of my face is starting to disappear due to the brightness. Hopefully this helps a little bit. There we go. It's getting distracting. All right. So guys, I like to use this analogy where I talk about the race. And let's say that you are in a race with 10 other people, and it's a 3-mile race. And at the end of this race, there is a duffel bag with $1 million sitting in it. And all you have to do is be the first one there to get it. And then you can it's yours. Well, you might be the fastest runner out of everyone there by double, okay? You might be like a Kenyan Olympian racer, okay? But if you're running the wrong direction, you're not gonna get that money. I don't care how fast you're running. It doesn't matter if you're the fastest, hardest worker in the whole group. You are not gonna get it if you're not going the right direction. And that analogy translates into going the right direction, meaning doing the right things. I don't care if you're the first one up in the morning and the last one to go to bed. I don't care if you're the one knocking 200 doors a week or 100 doors a day or something crazy like that. If you're not getting those badass results for it, or that's what you have to do in order to get those results, whether it's sell $1 million a year or make 6 figures or whatever, it's not worth it, dude. If you work those types of hours anywhere else, you'd make the same, you'd make probably more money, or you could work less hours and make that type of money. And so what I'm trying to get at is this. All you need in order to reach success, whatever that means for you, and this is your personal goal. If it means a certain time off or a certain income or whatever it is, you just have to be doing the right things, spending the time and energy that you're putting in, going in the right direction, things that are proven to work, to get those results, okay? For example, do you guys know how simple it actually is to sell $1 million and make, let's just say, 150 grand this year? I'm gonna break this down for you. The average salesperson in this industry busts their ass and they do like $350,000 in sales. That's the average, okay? Which probably means, most people, let's just say they end up making roughly 15% off the gross of that. So $350,000. They're taking home like 50 grand, okay? Okay, great, but you can also be a manager at Kinko's and get paid that. So let's look at this example. You guys can write this down if you want to see the numbers. I can't show it to you. It'll be backwards and it'll look stupid, and then I'm going to be it's just not going to work. So follow me here. If you guys want to sell $1 million, what would that mean time-wise? Well, first and foremost, let's just say your average job is 10 grand, okay? That means to get $1 million, you'd need 100 jobs. Okay? To get those 100 jobs, we have to figure out how many appointments you'd have to do. Well, if you're a shitty closer, to get 100 jobs, if you're closing at like 20%, 2 out of 10, that means that you would have to literally do, let's find out because I'm not going to math, 500 inspections. Oh my God, kill me now. That would be like almost 2 a day, okay? But instead, if you're closing 80%, which by the way, if some of you think that that's completely unrealistic, you're wrong. It's not hard. I have another video called Why Isn't Your Closing Ratio 100%? Look it up and you'll hear why. But if you're a good closer and you're closing at 80%, then that means to get those 100 jobs, you would have to complete 125 appointments, okay? Now, let's break that down further. If you have to complete 125 appointments, that means you need to set up more than that. And I always like to talk about, let's just say that there's for the amount of appointments that you set up, 1 out of 5 just doesn't work out for some reason, whether it gets denied or the person dies or they like no-show you for the appointment or whatever. So let's just say that you actually have to set up 157 appointments in order to plan on completing 125 of them. All right? So now we have to look at how do we set up those 157 appointments? How many doors would it take me to get those appointments lined up? So now let's break it down more. If you're knocking roughly 10 doors to get 1 appointment lined up, which is pretty reasonable, that's 10 doors, by the way, just doors. I don't care if 5 of them are home or 2 of them are home. Every 10 doors, it should work out that you're getting at least 1 appointment. So that means, take 157 times 10, that you should be knocking 1,570 doors throughout the course of the year, okay, to get those appointments. So that sounds like a lot of doors, doesn't it? But it's really not. Let's break it down some more. If you want to work just 45 years out of the year, so let's say you take almost, 2 months off for vacation and enjoy the fruits of your labor or whatever, lay on the beach, get a touch of melanoma, go to Vegas, I don't care what you're doing. Whatever it is that you want to do, let's say you take almost 2 months off, so you work 45 weeks of the year. Well, divide those 1,570 doors by 45 weeks. Guys, that breaks down to literally knocking 35 doors a week. You heard me right. 35 doors a week. Do you know what that means? You could literally knock doors for 1 hour, 1 day a week, and get those 35 doors hit, and that should set up the appointments that you need to get to $1 million. 35 doors a week, okay? Over 45 weeks equals 1,570 doors, which should translate into about 157 appointments set, which should translate into about 125 appointments completed, which then should turn into closing 80%, let's just say 100 jobs out of there, times 10 grand for your average job size, and that's roughly going to get you to $1 million in sales. And if you're making roughly 15% at the end of the day off the gross, then you're taking home 150 grand. That's not that hard, you guys. But in order to get to those numbers, you're seeing that we're talking about firing on all cylinders here. 80% close, 1 out of 10 for the doors. Those are high numbers, but it's not unrealistic. So if you guys find that you're having to just murder yourselves to get those types of results, or you're killing yourselves and you're not even getting near these type of results, you have to remember what you must be doing is you're running in the wrong direction. Guys, we want you to get as close to 100% in everything as possible. As close to 100% success knocking doors as possible. That might mean for you only 5 or 10%. But if that's as close as we can get you to 100%, that's going to cut down the time and energy you're spending. We want to get you as close to 100% on closing as we can. If for you that only means 60%, fine. But if you're closing if you're closing less than 100% right now, there is room for improvement. I'm not saying that it's realistic to close 100% all the time, but if you don't think it's realistic to close up to 90% consistently across the board with hail claims, you've lost your marbles, and I have a million different case studies to prove you wrong. I'm one of those. Okay, it's possible. You just have to have a good sales presentation. You have to know how to handle objections. So guys, the fact of the matter is this. You are already putting in time and energy right now. And so if you're not getting the results that you want out of the time and energy you're putting in, that means we need to tweak it. We need to make you a little bit better at the door, a little bit better at handling objections, a little bit better at closing, a little bit better on the adjuster meeting, a lot better on supplements. That's another way to do it as well. And so, guys, that's another thing to think about here, on supplements is, I just love supplements. It's my favorite thing. But that's another thing. If you can increase your average job size by another $2,500 in profit this year, that increases your commission by like 50% on every job, if not more than that, 80% sometimes. So all of these things are moving pieces. The fact of the matter is just this: you do not have to kill yourself to reach your goals in this business. And if you want help doing it, please reach out to me. I would love for you to be another person that leaves a glowing testimonial or review about the training that I can provide you. I want to help you. This is a crazy industry. You can make a sick income doing it. You can really create the lifestyle of your dreams if you want, but you have to know how to do it. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. I'm here. So anyhow, that's it for today. As always, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you'd like. There's my website here, www.roofsalesmastery.com. And if you have specific questions about how I might be able to help you in your business, then feel free to shoot me an email, Becca, BECCA, @roofsalesmastery.com. And I will look forward to talking to some of you guys soon. So we'll see you later. Bye.